What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Sunday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. And the Saturday slate is not over. I'm taping this at about 8:30 Pacific time. We do not have the final fight of the night. We are 2-2 heading into the final fight of the night. So it hinges on on Israel Adesanya. If he wins, winning day. Loses, losing day. Sunday could still get us to a winning week, depending on how golf goes. I've got two bets for you on the Sunday at the FedEx, and two bets for you when it comes to what's going to happen in today's two NFL football games for week 2, wrapping up week 2 of the NFL preseason. So yesterday, 2-0 in football. The Red Sox and the Orioles game got delayed by rain by like 3 hours, and that just kills bets. Red Sox won the game 5-1. Sox went over their team total, but it's always a very frustrating thing because you never know what the guys are doing in the clubhouse when it's a rain delay. It just messes up everything. Pitchers, hitters, it's annoying. So I don't mind the over in the Red Sox-Orioles game today. If you want to go back in and run it over, I don't mind that. But baseball, as we know, is death for me. So football, much better. 2-0 in football, 0-1 in baseball, 0-1 so far. The Tuivasa fight sucked. That fight was awful. I don't know. That happens sometimes. You get two knockout artists and they both dance for 3 rounds because they're afraid of each other. Sometimes guys go crazy. Some guys, that happens. And that's just fighting and betting on fights. You expect fireworks and you get a fizzle. And that's what happened with that fight. So we'll see with the main event with Adesanya and DPP how the night goes. But we head to Sunday. It seems like every Sunday we're sitting here going, the week rides on Sunday. Last week we sucked on Sunday. Let's see if I can do better on Sunday and get ourselves into the money here and have a positive Sunday and a positive week. So update on golf. So here we are. Brian Harman's going to beat Jordan Spieth head-to-head over 4 rounds. He has a 7-stroke lead heading into Sunday. I will be stunned if we lose that bet. Now, I have seen crazier things, but a 7-stroke lead going into Sunday, like, come on here, okay? Harman should win that bet. So if we win that, that's a half a unit. Sam Burns is tied for 4th. We have him top 10 at plus 350 for a half a unit. So that would be nice to clear that. We've got Jason Day, who was on fire yesterday. He is a 4-1 return for us in the top 10. He is tied for 16th. Would be great to see him get going. I've got 2 bets for us here. I love doing, and Circa Sports in Las Vegas does this. They're in Kentucky, Colorado. They're in Iowa. If you have Circa Sports available to you, Nevada, obviously, they've got these bets for final round. What the players will shoot for the final round, all right? Let's start with Sam Burns, 67, 63, 70. It is minus 105 for him to shoot under 68.5, okay? That means he has to shoot a 68 or better here on Sunday. He's tied for 4th. If Sam Burns shoots a 68 or better, I do believe we'll get Sam Burns in the top 10, and I do believe we'll cash 2 bets on this. But Sam Burns has a lot to play for here, okay? He started on the bubble to even make it to the next round. He was 29th in the FedEx Cup standings, 13th in the U.S. President's Cup standings. If he plays poorly on Sunday, things could be bad, okay? He's tied with Scottie Scheffler. He's currently projected to rise to 17th in the FedEx Cup. That would lock up his 4th consecutive Tour Championship appearance. He also has appeared on the last 2 President Cup teams and Ryder Cup teams. The USA has 6 automatic qualifiers, as PGAtour.com wrote last night. It will cement him after the final round of next week's BMW Championship, while there will be 6 captain's picks made after that as well. So he's had a solid year. 6 top 10s, 7th this season would be amazing, but he hasn't won one yet. Winning this tournament's not going to happen. Matsuyama's got a 5-stroke lead. Be really surprising if Burns won this thing, but he's played very well, tied for 9th in the U.S. Open like we talked about on Wednesday. This is a great chance for him to go out there and shoot a low score. Sam Burns, under 68.5, minus 105 for 1 unit. Another bet I like, same market, different golfer. Let's talk about Nicky Dunlap. Nicky Dunlap is a young guy. He's played well at certain times. He's the defending U.S. amateur champion. He could be playing in the U.S. Amateur this weekend. Instead, he's in the FedEx Cup playoffs. He's got 2 PGA tournament titles to his name so far. Nick Dunlap, as he goes by, has played really well. I mean, he's done really, really well here over the last couple of tournaments and yesterday. Played well yesterday. He is currently 5 strokes back in solo second. 67, 65, 66. 69.5 is the current number for him, minus 135. So if he shoots anything in between 65, 66, 67, we're good. He can even shoot 68 or even 69, and we're good. So I think that there is a interesting piece here about the books expecting Nick Dunlap to collapse. I don't think so. He's playing along Matsuyama on the final week. He's got a lot to play for. He was one of the last players to qualify for the playoffs. Didn't earn his spot until the Barracuda last month. He started 67th in FedEx Cup points. Only the top 70 qualify for the event. He's projected to rise to 12th, which would lock up his place in the BMW and the Tour Championship. By cracking the top 50, he would earn starts in all of next year's big signature events. He got it when he won the American Express in January. Making the top 30 comes with starts in all the majors. He needs to finish strong here and put together a really nice performance on Sunday. Again, Matsuyama's probably going to win this thing, but this would be a huge opportunity for him to come in the top 5 and go and shoot a 69 or better, which I don't think is crazy for him to do this, considering what he has done over the previous 4 days or 3 days. 67, 65, 66. He shoots 69, and we're good. I'm going to lay the 1.35 units. It's a little juicy. Again, the books are expecting Dunlap to fall apart here and not play well. I don't know. He could run down Matsuyama. I don't think it happens, but he's playing right there with him. If he just plays, I mean, Matsuyama's gone 65, 64, 64. If he plays some, match play with him, shoots what, 68, 67, somewhere in that range? Hard to see him not, breaking par by a couple of strokes, coming in and shooting, He had 1 bogey yesterday. He had 4 birdies in the front, 1 birdie on the back on Saturday. On Friday, he had 1 bogey. He had 4 birdies on the front and 2 birdies on the back. In the first round, he had 3 bogeys, but he had 3 birdies on the front and 3 birdies on the back. Shot a 67. I think it's very possible he shoots 68, 67, somewhere in that range. He goes under 69.5 for Nick Dunlap. We're going with 2 golfers, 4th round only totals. Scores for Sam Burns, under 68.5 at minus 105. Nick Dunlap, under 69.5 at minus 135. Circus Sports has got both those bets for you guys here tonight if you'd like to trail or fade those bets. So let's see how we do. Golf could wind up being very, very profitable for us if Sam Byrne comes in and shoots a really good score today, comes in the top 10, and then let's cheer for Jason Day. Let's get Jason Day home with a 4-1. We'd win 2 units on that bet, which would be great. We would win close to 2 more units with Sam Burns. We'd win another unit with Sam Burns and going under. So we got a lot riding on Jason Day and Sam Burns. And let's hope that Brian Harman just keeps steady Eddie. He's not going to be in the top 10. He's too far back. He's even par. But just beat Jordan Spieth, and then we make up for everything we have with him in the top 10. We make up. That becomes a wash, and it becomes a very nice golf opportunity for us here with the FedEx. So let's hope that keeps still going. Dunlap, Burns, 2 bets here, both to win 1 unit, minus 135, under 69.5 for Nick Dunlap, and Sam Burns, under 68.5 at minus 105. All right. To football, let's go with New Orleans and San Francisco. Total is 38.5 in this one. We've been betting unders a lot, right? I'm not betting an under in this one. Here's why. There was supposed to be a joint practice between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers, but due to all the injuries the Niners are dealing with, the Ayuk situation and whatnot, they didn't have any joint practices. The Saints need to run some stuff here. The Saints need to play this game. I mean, not like straight up, but they need this game for a variety of reasons, defensively and offensively. The Niners, well, they've got skill players, and we know that we're going to see the Saints play some second and third string guys for quite a bit of time to evaluate them because they couldn't evaluate with a 1v1 situation with the joint practices. You may see some more exotic play calls out of the Saints. I think the Saints win the game. I do. I think it's not a bad play, but San Fran's at home. And, well, it's just I'm not a huge fan of New Orleans this year. But I do think that we're going to see points in this game because I don't think we're going to see kind of a vanilla, boring game plan because they didn't have the joint practices. This is going to be a little bit of 1v1 or at least 1v2. So there's a lot of battles going on for the New Orleans Saints. There's a lot of, linebacker battle, cornerback battle, wide receiver battles going on here to make the team. You've got rumors flying around that Derek Carr might get traded. I just think there's a lot of guys trying to put stuff on film here for this game. I do think the Saints win the game. I think it's a decent play, but I'm going to instead bet the over. Over 38.5 for New Orleans and San Francisco. On the other side, well, you guys know where I am with Packers and the Broncos. Why? Joint practices. These teams have been going at it with each other. Then it's 39, which is a good number. I like to bet under. I mean, we saw the Bills in the Bears games. There was no offense at all in those games. I mean, just zero. And the Bears won the game 27-3. Thankfully, took a knee at the end of the game there to keep the under in the first bet, and the second bet 9-3 Steelers and the Bills. I think it could be a similar situation here with the Packers and the Broncos. The Packers don't care. They're going to play Bo Nix, okay? And the one fear is the Packers defense gets lit up by Bo Nix. But I don't think that's going to happen because I think you're going to see the fact that we've already had a joint practice and Bo Nix has played pretty well against Green Bay. I don't think their defense is going to lay down and just let Bo Nix run all over them and have a ton of yards passing. I think you might see a little bit of an energized Green Bay Packer defense here up against the Denver Broncos offense. I just think we're going to see a low-scoring, kind of a boring game between these two teams like we've seen it. Again, to run the list, Atlanta, Miami, Giants, Lions, Seattle, and the Chargers, Patriots, Eagles, Bengals, Bears, Bills, Steelers. Joint practices, all 6 games have gone under 39 for the Packers and the Broncos here for 1.1 units. Okay, so 2 football plays. Let's keep the total bets going here. Over 38.5 for the first game, or New Orleans and San Francisco. It might be the second game. New Orleans and San Francisco. Under 39 for Packers and the Broncos. And we're taking Nick Dunlap under 69.5 at -135. And Sam Burns under 68.5. 4th round only for -105. If we close out golf well and we get the football bets, we can have a winning week. Still on the table, still possible. Let's see how Sunday goes. If Sunday goes well, winning week. Let's cross our fingers, and hopefully we're going to get there. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning. Daily Juice Podcast presented by BettingPros.com.